Queen Lycera Valtor had ruled the bloodlines of a people for over 4 centuries. As the alien vampire queen of the Valeri, she had faced invasions, betrayal, and rebellion, always victorious. But this time, everything had gone wrong. The human expedition had entered her territory uninvited. They were fragile, slow, but cunning. They carried weapons her species had never seen, devices that disrupted her energy, blocking the regenerative powers that had made her immortal. The battle had been swift. Her guards fell first, then her elite council, until only she remained, cornered in the chamber of crimson spires. Lycera knew the end was inevitable. She felt her lifeblood ebbing as the human commander raised a shimmering rifle-like device. "I expected more," she whispered, her fangs bared in a cold smile. "You'll not enjoy this victory long." The human, Captain Adrian Cole, did not waver. Survival isn't about expectation, Queen. It's about action. Her world went black. When Lycera woke, she expected darkness. She expected silence, perhaps even oblivion. Instead, she felt warmth. Strong, human warmth. A heartbeat against her cheek. Eyes fluttering open, she saw him, Adrian, her supposed executioner, holding her in his arms, gently lowering her to a soft bed in a human medical module. Confusion and rage warred within her. What have you done?" she rasped, voice weak but sharp. Adrian's eyes were calm, steady. "I didn't kill you. Not yet. I couldn't. You're not just a queen. You're alive, and that matters." Lycera tried to sit up but faltered. Her body was fragile for the first time in centuries. She realized she had underestimated humans, not just their ingenuity, but their determination. Days passed. Lycera recovered under Adrian's careful supervision. Human medicine was primitive compared to Valeri energy manipulation, but it worked. She was furious, of course. She had been dethroned, humiliated, and now, in the arms of the very species she despised, she felt an unfamiliar pull. Safety. Adrian didn't force conversation. He simply sat, reading reports, repairing the module, and occasionally checking her vitals. "You do not speak," he remarked one evening. "You've always been a creature of command, but now silence suits you." Lycera's fangs flexed in irritation. "You saved me. Why? So you can gloat later." Adrian smiled faintly. "No, because I can't leave the galaxy's most dangerous queen to die alone." That sentence unsettled her more than any threat she had ever faced. Humans were irrational, emotional. They acted against logic because of principles, not instinct. Lycera, who had ruled through fear and intellect, found herself intrigued and frustrated by this anomaly. She studied him, memorized his movements, and discovered that humans were not fragile as she had thought. They were adaptive, persistent, resilient, and slowly, grudgingly, she began to trust him. The Valeri Council had not forgotten their queen. Loyal factions plotted to reclaim her, believing her capture by a human was a disgrace. Lycera received messages in the night, projected through energy pulses she could barely intercept. They demanded her return, or death. Adrian intercepted her one night in the observation deck. "You don't have to face them alone," he said softly. "We can find a way together." She looked at him, surprised by the earnestness in his human eyes. "Why would you risk your life for me?" she demanded. "Because," he said, "even the strongest deserve a second chance. Even a queen." The word stung. Lycera realized she had spent centuries believing herself untouchable, that only her power defined her worth. And now, a human, fragile, mortal, and unpredictable, had given her more than her throne ever could: choice. That night, the first spark of something she hadn't felt in centuries flickered within her: connection. The rebellion came sooner than expected. Loyalist Valeri attacked the human module, intending to take Lycera back by force. Adrian and his team held them off with precise tactics and clever strategy. Lycera, finally able to stand fully, joined the fight, not with raw strength, but with intelligence, commanding the humans and turning the alien attackers' confusion to her advantage. When the battle ended, the Council realized something astounding. Lycera had survived because of a human, and had adapted, fighting alongside the supposedly fragile species. The queen turned to Adrian. "You've changed the outcome of my reign," she said softly. "Perhaps the galaxy itself." Adrian shrugged, grinning. Humans tend to do that. Lycera smiled, an expression she hadn't allowed in centuries. For the first time, she did not fear death, nor did she crave power. She had found a new form of strength, trust, partnership, and resilience. As she gazed out over the stars, Lycera realized that she had not just survived. She had been reborn, not as a solitary queen, but as one who had learned that humans, fragile as they seemed, could be the greatest allies the universe had ever known. The galaxy had changed, and so had she.